I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mayor Collins is unable to attend this evening, so I'm going to conduct the meeting. We'll start out with the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the October 10th, 2022 minutes, the approval of payment to Axon Enterprises, Inc. for the purchase of law enforcement tasers in the amount of $29,463.20. Approval of payment to Olson Associates for professional services for the sanitary sewer Phase 1A North LS improvements in the amount of $43,506.19 and utility refund deposits. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
Any discussion? Brian, can you hear us, Brian? I'm sorry.
Nope, I hear you just fine.
Okay. Ready to vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Motion carried. For the regular agenda, we have a thank you note from William Kerbin. He was one of the people that we recently interviewed for the position of city administrator. Unfortunately, he decided to take a job with another town, so we are missed out on him. The next item is a request by the Brown County Historical Society Board and Director. You have a spokesman, Lynn?
Hi, everybody. We are respectfully requesting a consideration for the ARPA funds. If there are funds available, we don't have all of the exact figures yet, but I can give you a summary of some of the projects that we were wanting to focus on if we were approved for ARPA funds. Or I can wait and submit once we get all the bids in. Which would you prefer?
Are you able to talk?
Yes, I am able to talk.
I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing some of the.
Some of the requests, okay. So we'd like to do some work on the air conditioner and heater at the World Building. Upgrades to the auditorium elevator. It's been kind of shoddy for a number of years and we'd like to do an overhaul of it. An elevator at the Bruning Memorial Building if possible. Repairs to the World Building roof. Repairs to the second floor auditorium windows, the exterior of them, the fascia is kind of pulling away. AC in the Bruning Memorial Building, continued major project of the Windmill Building, gravel at the Ag Museum. And like I said, we're gathering all of the estimates and then we would submit them to you for consideration.
Okay. Well, some time ago, we decided as a commission on what to spend our money, the ARPA money for. We don't have all those projects completed yet. Some of them have been completed and paid for. Some of them are out for bids. I guess we can take your list, and I don't know if we'll have any leftover funds when we're done, but we'll certainly take your list and consider it in the future.
Well, we appreciate your consideration. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound like a lot of good projects.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item under new business, consider the approval of land purchase agreement with the Brown County Historical Society. This was an item that was discussed last February that the commission agreed to turn over that parcel of land out by the Ag Museum that's currently being used for your windmill museum, the windmill building. And I think it just kind of fell through the cracks that we didn't follow up with the paperwork to make it a legal transfer. So Andy Delaney has prepared a warranty deed that I believe he shared that with you. Have you seen that or not? Okay. Well, he's got the paperwork to do that transfer. And I think all we need to do is vote on that land purchase agreement and sign it, and then it'll be a done deal from my understanding. So
I'll make a motion to approve the land purchase agreement with the Brown County Historical Society and authorize the necessary signatures.
I'll second it.
okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the land purchase agreement. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. So we'll get the paperwork signed and get that to you, and hopefully they'll take care of it.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry it took so long.
Yeah, looks nice.
Yeah, you got a great thing going on out
Really looks
there.
nice.
Okay, the next item is consider approval of license to sell cereal malt beverages for 2023 for Walmart, number 342. We have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the license, cereal malt beverage license for Walmart. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Motion carried. Next item is consider approval of license to sell cereal malt beverages for 2023 for the Pizza Hut. We have a
I'll
motion.
make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Have a motion and second to approve the license to sell the cereal malt beverage license, beverages for Pizza Hut. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next item is consider appointments to the Board of Zoning Appeals. I believe we had a member that requested to be removed from the board. And there's a meeting coming up in November, so that position needs to be filled to complete the term, which ends in May, I believe. And we were able to get Leon Wisman to agree to be on that board if so elected. So I have a motion. Is there a motion to approve Leon?
I'll make a motion to approve appointing Leon Wisman to the Board of Zoning Appeals to complete John Moore's term ending in May of 2023.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Leon Wisman to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Next item is consider a quote to replace the blowers at the wastewater treatment plant. Dave?
Actually, what I'm asking tonight is to get 2 of them replaced. There's a total of 5.
Okay,
Right at this point, 3 of them are down. And that leaves 2 left. The 2 that are left, I calculated up, have 1.9 million miles on them. And so, they're gonna, however, next year there is money budgeted. There's $77,000 in the budget to do this. When I was going through the documents about it, the price is going to go up 7% January 1. That's the first thing. But then the second thing is it's 24 to 38 weeks before they get here. So what I'm asking tonight is the commission to go ahead and approve the purchase agreement with Kaiser Compressors to get 2 blowers rebuilt at the Hiawatha wastewater plant. Getting authorized person to sign it so we can get them ordered in the morning. If you agree that this is the right thing to do.
this quote include installation, or is that
No.
something you can do, or is that?
No, that's just getting them here. Yeah, but with the 77,000 in the budget, there's money there to do that.
Okay,
We got to get the parts coming this direction. I think that we're sitting on borrowed time. And if we lose blowers, then we're in huge trouble. That's the lifeline of any wastewater or this type of a wastewater plant.
Does it take two to operate the system or?
It does take two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
only
takes
got
two
two
of
now?
them and they each push out 750 CFM. And these are the last two. One of them is leaking oil and worst come to worst, somebody'd have to go out at night and keep adding oil to it to keep it going.
I had a car like that once.
When I was a kid. So you understand
Yeah,
what we don't
That's
want to
pretty
do.
okay.
Mr. Lindorf, there is a financial thing that deals with this. When you go ahead and purchase this, it'll create an encumbrance in the 2022 budget. Like, because basically you're approving its purchase now before you even have the money available. So when we do the audit for 2022, it will show $77,000 more expenditure than you're actually doing. But when you move into 2023, it pays off and it wipes out that encumbrance. But it'll show up in the 2022 audit.
Okay.
You just have to be aware that, you will have a finding that says you bought that without the funds being available. But because it's got such a lead time,
Yeah.
it's not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Is there a motion that we purchase these?
I'll make a motion to approve the quote from K-Stir compressors to replace blowers at the wastewater treatment plant and utilize funds from the 2023 budget.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to proceed with the quote to replace the two blowers at the wastewater treatment plant. Is there any other discussion?
Does there need to be an authorization of signature of who does the signature? Because I have to have a signature before I send it back to them tomorrow.
Do I need to add that, Lynette, and authorize I will add and authorize the signatures needed. Did that work?
I could do that.
Thank you.
Dave, is the whole payment required up front, or is this something that you pay for when you get it done?
No, it'll be paid for when all the parts are here.
Okay, and so could it be next year when everything's here? Or I thought you said it's quite a ways out.
Well, the lead time, according to the documents that are showing that I have in my hand, show 24 to 38 weeks or 36 weeks.
So
They
That's
could show up next week. They could be here next year.
perfect.
Yeah, we're kind of at the mercy of the manufacturers right at this moment with everything we're buying.
Any other questions? Call for the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
See if I skip something here. Okay, the next item is an executive session.
No.
No,
we have,
go
control burn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought, yeah. I already marked that off. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Just burn whatever
I'm
you
sorry,
want.
Patrick.
Just go.
Go right ahead.
The National Guard, the armory here in town has reached out to me. They have a caged in pin just on the north side of their armory
Yeah.
that they would like for us to burn off. Apparently it's been burned off in the past. They did offer, or they did get approval from the commission in June or July of last year.
Okay.
So when they reached out to me last week, kind of figured we need that approval again since it's been over a year. So permission to do a controlled burn inside the city limits at the, just north of the armory.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to allow the fire department to do a controlled burn.
Second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to do a controlled burn for the National Guard. Any other discussion? Call for the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Now we'll do the executive session for non-elected personnel matters.
How much time?
Go 10.
Okay, I make a motion that the city commission recess into executive session in the conference room for a period of 10 minutes to discuss matters regarding an issue of potential city personnel. The justification for closing the meeting is to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel. The open meeting will resume at 6:01 in the commission chambers. And I just lost where I was at. In the commission chambers and to include the city commission interim administrator and wastewater superintendent Dave Grimm.
Second,
I'll second it.
motion, we have a motion and a second to go into executive session. Call for the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
by that.
Make a motion that at 6:01, the city commission is called back into open meeting. The commission took no binding action during executive session.
Second? I'll second it. No vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried. Okay, we'll go into reports from our staff. Dave or Dominic, do you have anything?
Oh, the only thing I have is, this afternoon, we were informed by Olson, our engineers, that KDHE has 100% of our phase one, and Lynette is getting the rest of it, so everything is a go on our phase one on the North Plant lift station. That is all I have. Thank you.
Patrick, do you have anything else?
You got me here, so I'll give you something.
Sure.
Last Monday night, we coordinated with Vintage Park. We did a simulated search and rescue there, so thank you to them for letting us do it. The high school K's group actually came down to the fire station for I think the First Responders Appreciation Week, and they gave all the firemen a bag full of candy and Gatorade, so thank you to
That's
them. And yesterday, we actually had a fire call. Thank goodness it wasn't a grass fire, but it was a oven on fire. So got to commend the babysitter for her actions to not let the house catch on fire and kind of give the kids there a little education as to why she did what she did. So it was nice. We had a good response of the team that showed up. So that's all I got.
I saw your team in action at the other brush pile fire by the elevator last week.
Yeah, that was
week,
last
wasn't
Thursday.
it? Yeah.
Yep.
Is that hard to get put out? That
We
was
actually
roaring
did
pretty good.
not put that out. We did a burn around it about 50 feet and 360
let it burn
degrees
out.
and just let it burn out. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of the city's water to try and get that thing out.
Well, tell your staff they did a good job on that one. Appreciate all they do.
Will do. Thank you.
Thanks. Mickey, do you have anything?
A lot. I brought Brian Williams up. He wanted to come up and say hi to everybody. He's the new captain, and I think most everybody knows him. So he came up to say hi. I did get a voicemail from Sarah Klepfer, and when you went to your session, I contacted her. They want to block off about 10 parking spaces on the northeast corner of the courthouse Sunday before the parade day. And they want to do the kettle corn and some face painting. They want to put a couple vehicles there. And I just wanted to run that by everybody to make sure it was okay. If they pull in, we throw up some barricades for them Sunday and they sit there through Monday during the day. But that's the only big issue I have that's arisen. My broken officer has returned to full-time duty, so that helps us. But other than that, just this, as long as nobody has any objections, we'll help them get them set up Sunday.
We need kettle corn.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just not
It's
afraid. without
Kettle corn and
corn.
face painting, I believe. So, and then she did mention, I did not know, they're doing vendors on the courthouse lawn. They're gonna have some vendors this year on the courthouse lawn. I don't know if we did that last year or not, but that was new to me.
Okay.
So that's all I've got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That it?
I only have a couple of things. Just want to remind you that the first meeting of November is the 7th, not the 14th. So we'll be meeting in 2 weeks. And then we're also releasing the insurance proceeds fund to 111 Navajo as of probably tomorrow, Wednesday. We got the check ready to go to get Mr. Meyer back his funds from 2018. We had that fire. That's why I wanted to let you know.
Andy's not here. Larry, do you have something for us?
Yeah, a couple of things. At the last meeting, I forgot to share the financial dashboard, but it gave me an opportunity to do some additional work today to kind of run through that. What we were showing last time is that the Fund 54, the sewer fund, will end the calendar year in the negative. We have more expenditures than we have revenue, but we have, plenty of cash on the front end of it. So by the end of the year, we're going to have to do a budget amendment. And I'm going to recommend that the commission hold a public hearing on December 12th at 5:35 that will authorize the public hearing. And I think maybe you need a motion to set that public hearing, and then I'll continue.
I'll make a motion to hold a public hearing on December 12th to cover a budget amendment that will be required before the end of the year.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second to schedule that public hearing on December 12th. Is there any other discussion? If not, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
So the negative balance that is going to occur in that fund is for engineering, and that will be reimbursed when the project is funded by KDHE and USDA. So it's not like we're going to lose out on that money. It's going to be reimbursed to us. And then the other thing to really point out is fund number 55, we received our reimbursement for the grant project from our side. We pay the bills, and KDOT Aviation returns 80% of that to the city. And so they've been sitting on our request for several months, and we got that money last week. And so that particular negative balance is going out of off the way. So if you'll just turn the thing over, what I did today is just kind of give you an idea of the things that are going to be required for us to do the budget amendment. And Brian, I'll leave the thing here on the table. You can pick it up Wednesday when we come this week. So at this point, I know of 3 funds that we're going to have to deal with. One is the MVE suspension money, History Center money, and the sewer project. The MVE is basically, we've processed more license renewals or license checks than what was planned. So the revenue is there. So we'll just make an adjustment to have the expenditure look like the revenue. And that'll be an easy change. And the History Center is based on, I think it's the work that we had done on the elevator that gets reimbursed by those folks that goes into that fund. So that's why that one is out of kilter. And I just described the sewer. The next group of funds appear to me to be non-budgeted funds. We don't have, because there's no expenditure budget, you know, there's a number of items here, about 6 of them, that, you know, in my history, I've gone in and, you know, made a budget amendment for that, just to put money there for transparency purposes. I don't think that's, you know, totally necessary, so we'll deal with that. And then the greater part of this blank area in the middle of the page are basically unbudgeted funds that there's been no activity for a number of years. And, you know, it's one of those projects that I'm going to give over to the new city administrator to figure out how we deal with that cash that's in there. And then the bottom part of it is the regular operating budget that we run across. So, you know, this really lays out about 4 different areas of expenditures that we have, you know, for our budget process. So I've already mentioned the airport grant reimbursement, $130,275. We've got the budget hearing set for December. At your table, there is an invoice for Old Castle Infrastructure. It is for $7,365.66, roughly, for curb inlets and irrigation storm sewer boxes that were ordered that need to be paid for. So I'd like a motion to authorize payment for that one.
Have a motion?
7365.74.
I'll make a motion to approve the, what am I trying to, the $7,365.74 bill from Old Castle Infrastructure to be able to pay it.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carried.
And lastly, Wednesday, we're having our interview with the city administrator candidate. Like we did with Bill Kerbin last time, I'll be taking our candidate around through all of our departments to introduce them to her. And then we'll have our interview at 5:30, you know, Wednesday evening.
Okay.
So, and that's this week.
Anything else?
That's it, sir.
Thank you. Commissioner Shamber, do you have something?
I just wanted to, I mean, I can't help but brag a little bit. The Hiawatha cross country team, the boys won league meet last week. This past Saturday, they were regional champions to qualify for state. So, and they went to state last year. We'll be competing this Saturday at Rimrock. So I appreciate, and the boys appreciate any of the support or recognition they get, because you don't always get that with the minor sports, but they're pretty excited. And I'm not going to say what, but I think we can do some good things on Saturday. So it's been a good day. Good day to be a Red Hawk.
Good luck to you.
Yeah,
you.
congratulations and good luck.
And I think the plaque is sitting over there.
That's a joke that's going, I'm not about to bring it out.
Well, I'm all for jokes.
Anyway, so that's all I have.
Okay. Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Peterson Seed and Service and to Maple Heights for painting having these beautiful murals painted on their buildings, and to Dan Learch for letting them use his building for one of those murals. I think it adds a great feel to our city the talk of the town right now. So I just want to say thank you to those folks for doing that for us. Very, very much appreciated. Anybody that's driven by the city lake at night, Brad Scott has got the street lights all changed out to LEDs. It looked quite nice out there. So thank you, Brad, for doing that. And that's all I have. Brian, what do you have for us?
I don't have anything today. Thank you.
Okay. Evans?
I'd like to commend the local agencies and the state agencies that spent number of hours on the investigation into the arson investigation of the sheriff's department patrol car. I knew there was a lot of hours put into that investigation, and I'm proud of everybody to get that taken care of and everything. So I commend everybody that was involved in that. And thank you. And that's all I've got.
Okay. Your motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
A vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Just remind me, one of the lights right across from the hospital, the.
We think, Brian?